Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about yet another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called Alchemix or the ALCX token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any other projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website alchemix.fi in order to learn more about this project, right? So Alchemix is a project that we've already covered in our channel. So this is only going to be a kind of like a follow-up to that particular video. And if you guys want to know what I thought about this project a few months back, then please check out that video in my channel, right? So this is only going to be a peripheral analysis. So please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token. So what is Alchemix? There's not a lot of information on CoinMarketCap's page, so we're going to rely on the website for Alchemix in order to do some peripheral analysis. So here it only states that Alchemix token is the governance token for the Alchemix protocol. So that's definitely not helping us with understanding this project. So let's go to the website right away. And this website is alchemix.fi, and right off the bat you can clearly see a pretty cool website with a very dark themed background. So it says in the top, always make sure your browser is on alchemix.fi before interacting with the app. This is because of the fact that there's a lot of Alchemix based clones which scam people to think that that's the actual website, and therefore they steal their tokens. So please be very careful with what website you use, because there are a lot of scams, right? So what is Alchemix aiming to do? Rewriting the laws of finance. That's basically what it's trying to do. Self-repaying loans, spend and save at the same time. So when it comes to Alchemix's platform, it mainly focuses on self-repaying loans. This is the main theme for Alchemix, and that's one of the reasons why Alchemix is something that is considered as one of the most revolutionary crypto projects in the crypto space, because it allows for people to take a loan and they don't really have to pay it back. So the loans literally pay for themselves. It's a self-paying loan, and you can basically spend and save at the same time while you are using their platform, right? So Alchemix lets you reimagine the potential of DeFi by providing highly flexible instant loans that repay themselves over time. So again, it's trying to, again, I would probably say that not just reimagine the potential of decentralized finance or DeFi, I think it's also trying to reimagine finance as a whole in general, regardless of whether it's DeFi or CeFi. CeFi is centralized finance, so it's kind of like trying to reimagine the entirety of the financial space that we know. Because if you take a loan, for example, in the real world, you have to pay it back with interest, which means you're paying more than what you borrowed, right? So Alchemix is trying to bring this revolutionary idea that when you take a loan, you don't necessarily have to pay it back, and in fact the loan itself pays itself off. So that's kind of like the main revolution that I feel is going to be needed for the crypto space, as well as the real world space in the future as well. So you basically have highly flexible instant loans that repay themselves. So you have flexibility on the loans that you take, and also any loan that you take repays themselves, right? So the synthetic protocol token ALUSD is backed by future yield. So this is this is a very smart way to kind of like imagine a project, because if you take, for example, any loan that we take in the real world is basically backed by future debt, right? So you're basically in debt, and therefore you have to pay back the loan with additional money in the form of interest in order to settle off your debt, right? But here they are using a synthetic token called ALUSD, which is built in such a way that it represents future yield instead of debt. So you earn money while you are taking the loan, right? And that's all possible thanks to the synthetic protocol token ALUSD. Join the growing wave of alchemy. It's destiny on your terms. So basically they're talking about how you can basically earn kind of like the loan without having to worry about paying it back, with your terms being the main focus, because you cannot really expect that from the real world, because everything that you do in real world is going to be, not favorable for you, because when you take a loan in the real world, the loan interest is not necessarily something that you can control, or it's not favorable in your terms. You can't change the duration. You can't necessarily do a lot of flexible things. But Alchemy aims to make it in such a way that everything happens in your terms, right? And there's also, these are the most important things that they offer as well. So no liquidations. Your only debt is time. So you have no real issues of worrying about liquidations, because everything in this case, when it comes to debt, is only about time, right? So join the Alchemist. If you click on that, you can learn more about this project. This is a very cool kind of graphics that they have. So here are some of the main focuses or the main components of this project, right? So the first thing is you can generate yield. So if you deposit DAI, you can deposit the DAI to kind of like mint ALUSD. So you usually have to like provide a collateral in order to mint other tokens and other platforms. Similar to that, you have to deposit DAI token specifically in order to mint ALUSD, and it's basically a synthetic stable coin that tokenizes your future yield. So that's basically what it offers. If you scroll below, you can automate it, which is again yield earned by a collateral from yearn.finance wallets magically repays your advance over time. So anytime you deposit DAI, you can mint ALUSD, which is kind of like the same. It's 1:1 ratio with DAI, and it's a stable coin that you can basically withdraw from your kind of like wallet or do whatever you want with it. ALUSD itself forms a core basis of multiple DeFi platforms which can earn additional yield. But your DAI, your underlying DAI that you deposited, that gets locked in such a way that it gets put in the Yearn Finance vault, which is also a very popular project on Ethereum. So Yearn Finance's vaults basically magically repays your advance over time. So that's basically what happens behind the scenes, right? So when it comes to redeeming, transmute ALUSD back to DAI 1:1 in Alchemix, or trade it on decentralized markets such as SushiSwap or Curve.finance. So when it comes to getting back your original DAI, you basically need to provide your ALUSD back, and you can get back to your DAI in a 1:1 ratio, right? And you can basically do this in Alchemix itself, or you can use decentralized markets such as SushiSwap or Curve Finance, which are all Ethereum products, right? Those are how basically this platform works. It's a very simple mechanism. Whatever DAI you deposited gets invested into Yearn Finance vaults, which is used to pay back your loan. And if you want to get back your DAI for some reason in the future, you can deposit your ALUSD and then get back DAI at a 1:1 ratio to whatever you borrowed in the past, right? So very simple but elegant mechanism, which is only truly possible because of the blockchain and DeFi technology that we have right now. So you can read more about this by reading their white paper. You can inspect their audit report. You can also view their documentation as well by clicking on these respective links. You can obviously find Alchemix available in CoinGecko, Curve, DeFi Pulse. FTX is an exchange that also kind of like supports ALUSD, Paraswap, Zapper, SushiSwap, and Rari Capital. So these are some of the places where you can find ALUSD being used, right? So here's a quick video about that, which I highly recommend you guys to watch. I'm not going to watch it right now, but you can definitely do that yourself. Alchemic interaction, so capital efficient. So what are the main benefits of this, right? So you get high capital efficiency by doing this, get instant access to ALUSD while your deposit earns interest in the background. So that's basically how it works. Self-paying debt balance. So over time, your debt is paid off completely automatically. So over time, since Yearn Finance vaults will basically be earning interest for the protocol, your debt will eventually get paid off by itself without any issues, right? So that's a pretty cool feature. Competitive yield, choose from a growing number of high yield strategies to repay your debt. So again, you have options to choose which strategies you want to use within Yearn Finance vaults in order to get the best strategy to repay your debt soon. No liquidation risks. Again, no matter what happens, we'll never liquidate your deposit, and you will keep full access. So again, since DAI is a stable coin, there's no issue with liquidations, and even if there were to be a liquidation worry, they don't really do any liquidations at all, right? So your fund basically is protected from liquidations. Low maintenance. Once you've withdrawn your ALUSD, you can simply let your loan repay itself. So you don't even have to repay your ALUSD at all. You can pretty much keep it indefinitely, because your loans will get repaid by themselves thanks to Yearn Finance wallets, right? So this is basically how it works. You put in DAI and you borrow kind of ALUSD, which you can use to use for other DeFi applications, while in the background Yearn Finance's wallets are being used to kind of earn yield and pay off your debt in the background, right? So pretty simple explanation present in the flowchart. Decentralized and trustless. Alchemix is built using decentralized smart contracts on the Ethereum network. So this platform is completely decentralized, so there's no issues to worry about centralization. Audit. Alchemix contracts have been audited by Certic, so they've done only one audit, which is by Certic, which is also a good name, but I prefer if they do multiple other audits as well, but for now it's fine. Roadmap, you can obviously look into their roadmap. They're planning to add more currencies in the future as well, and also more collateral types to mint ALUSD. They are a fully expandable DApp based on credit lines and more. Seed investors, you have a lot of seed investors from DCV Capital, Weak Simp Capital. These are some of the main kind of seed investors who invested in this project right before anybody even knew this project existed. Strategic partners include SPA, Delphi, CMS, Fisher8, I think it's Melvin Capital or Mavenship Capital, I don't know, but you also have Nascent Capital and Proton Capital. So these are some of the main kind of strategic partnerships that Alchemix has with some venture capitalists, and you also have trusting investors, which includes Alameda Research, which is again a company that's owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, who's also the founder of FTX. So it makes sense on why ALUSD was listed on FTX, because Alameda Research has invested in this. Ledger Prime is one other venture capitalist, Magic Ventures, and the other two I'm not really fully sure. Transporting the philosopher's stone into the 21st century. So this is basically what provides a lot of information about, which is a white paper as well as a documentation, right? So they also have other information here which you can easily kind of read through. So again, that's pretty much it when it comes to this project. It's a pretty cool website with a lot of information and a pretty cool project itself. I feel like this project is definitely going to revolutionize the way we see finance in general, right? So now that we covered this project, let's go to the ALCX page on CoinMarketCap. So this token is currently ranked 275th by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently trading at $355.25 at the time I'm making this video, with a 15.17% decrease in the past 24 hours. Again, this is happening after a few days after Coinbase's listing, so the project is obviously cooling down as expected, and the market cap is only $285.6 million in market cap. Again, this is a very low number for a project that's aiming to literally change how debt and loans and repaying loans work. It's a project that's definitely going to explode in the future, and I believe that this token has a high potential of even being within the top 100 positions within the next 5 years, right? I think this is something that is going to become a very huge innovation in the field of finance, because a lot of other projects will start copying Alchemix, which will definitely bring the price of Alchemix to the moon as well, because Alchemix will be the forefront in this innovation in the crypto space. And at the same time, I think the idea of self-repaying loans has been an experiment in the financial world for a very long time, and the fact that Alchemix literally brought it from nowhere thanks to decentralization and blockchain technology is a huge deal, and I think that specifically makes this project a very, very highly valuable token in the future. and therefore the market cap at this time is actually extremely undervalued, right? That's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to maximum supply, this token has a super scarce supply which justifies the price per token, because the max supply is about 1.5 million tokens, which is significantly smaller and scarcer than several good quality projects, including Bitcoin itself, because Bitcoin is used as a scarce resource because it only has 21 million coins in kind of like the max supply, right? But this token has even more higher scarcity compared to even Bitcoin itself, and I think that's one of the reasons why this token will moon even if everything fails. I think this scarcity is definitely going to kind of like boost the price of this token in the long run, right? And when it comes to circulating supply, there's only 804 1,000 tokens in circulation, which is about 51%. So half of the tokens are already in circulation. The remaining half is, I believe, going to be awarded for people who participate in their ecosystem and even participate in their governance, because ALCX is the governance token, right? But regardless of that, it seems like this token has some really good scarcity built into it, which is definitely something that I like. When it comes to the markets itself, again, this is definitely a really good opportunity to get into this token, because if you see the historic price of Alchemix, it's a token that was trading at $361 during the 28th of February this year, and it instantly went to an all-time highs, new all-time highs at the time of about crossing the $1,400 per mark, and that literally happened a few days after this token was launched, and then it kind of like went down, retested the $800 mark before going back to a new all-time highs of $2,000 per token. So if you take the previous the current all-time high, which is $2,000 per token, and if you take the current price point, this token is significantly at a discount right now. So there's no other better option, no other better time to buy this token than at this time. So please be very cautious though, because you need to do your own research before you put your money on this token. But once you feel like this is a good token to invest in, this is the best time to buy this token, because it's close to its all-time lows, and that's fantastic, right? So the token was volatile as expected. It was kind of hovering around $1,500 to like $1,200 per token, and after kind of like the after May this year, this token started slowly crumbling down, reaching a relatively lows of about $270 per token, which is kind of like the all-time lows. It reached as low as $260, but it was pretty much moving sideways, maybe even going as low as $214, which seems to be the all-time lows for this token. And then it kind of started recovering. Even after the Coinbase listing, I don't think this token has pumped at all after the Coinbase listing, which is obviously kind of like not surprising, but also not that uncommon as well. So, but this is still an opportunity for people to buy this token, because if you see it's close to its all-time lows than its all-time highs. So if this token were to do at least a few X because of its low market cap, this token's price could be through the roof, right? So I'm pretty sure that this token is going to go break its previous all-time highs pretty soon in the upcoming months, right? So that's just my opinion, guys. So when it comes to the dollar comparative, obviously this token is at a good buy opportunity right now. When it comes to Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, if you clearly see that this token has a similar pattern to dollar comparative, but the Satoshi mark for this token was initially at 80,000 Satoshis per token, but it immediately reached an all-time highs of about 0.03 Bitcoin per token, which is again incredibly high. It literally crashed after that, reaching 0.01 BTC per token, and then made a new all-time high, which is the current all-time highs of about close to 0.035 Bitcoin per token. It was in and around this period for quite some time until the month of May this year, when the token slowly started falling down, reached an all-time lows of about 465,000 Satoshis. But now it's kind of like pretty much at its all-time lows right now. So this is an amazing opportunity to buy this token with Bitcoin or even dollar comparative, right? Because yes, this token can go even lower, but I think this token is pretty much in the sweet spot right now. So if you are trying to dollar cost average in after doing your own research about this project, then this is definitely the best time to buy this token with Bitcoin and dollar comparative as well, right? So when it comes to the markets itself, obviously this token has been recently listed on Coinbase, which is the reason we are covering this token again. And also this token has good liquidity in FTX as well. So you can pretty much buy this token with US dollars or USDT from Coinbase. You can also get this from euros directly on Coinbase. If you want to buy this token from Gemini, Gay.io, or even SushiSwap from a decentralized exchange, you can do that as well. But I wouldn't really I wouldn't even go to any of the decentralized exchanges on Ethereum because they are all extremely expensive to use right now. I would probably stick with Coinbase and even like maybe Gemini and FTX, right? This token is pending Binance listing pretty soon, which means this token will definitely pump extremely high with the Binance listing. So that's something that can definitely happen pretty soon now that Coinbase has already listed this token, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think the fundamentals are extremely strong for this token. It's a very scarce token with highly strong tokenomics. It's a governance token, which means token holders will have a direct say on how the future of the platform must be run. So it's fully democratic. And I believe that with the Coinbase listing, the token has secured its place as a mainstream kind of like tier 3 cryptocurrency. But it will definitely become a tier 2 and tier 1 cryptocurrency, right? So in the next few months, which is probably going to be the end of this bull run, this token can easily reach a new all-time highs of close to $3,500 to $3,700 per token in the upcoming months. And once that's the case, the token may crash again, but that's the short-term price potential for this token. But for the long-term price potential, I can see this token easily crossing the $5,000 to $6,000 mark per token in the next 3 to 5 years, which is going to be a really good time because this token is trading in the triple digits and it can easily go to the 4 digits mark pretty soon, right? So again, that's just my verdict, guys. Remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.